And that is another approach. So both will help. In and out will be help to balancing the people emotional. So we're going to talk about today is the emotional that we have for many thousand years. They discover that, we know it already, but they don't know that the DNA. So the DNA renewal need orgasm, love, compassion, and earth frequency. We call the earth heartbeat. Okay, and this is the so for 1,000 years they learn how to be like a meditation on the blissfulness, ecstasy, and that is what we call the orgasm energy, and combined with the loving energy. So the bliss and ecstasy is what the most important part in our life. Also the earth beating, or we call the Schumann resonance. So that also refer to the heartbeat, the earth heartbeat. So it's about 7.83. Now when we feel love, we feel arousal, feel orgasm, or we feel energetic. So the same meaning we call we feel energetic also can measure as 8 hertz per second. Okay, so that the frequency are very similar. So when the cell receive this frequency, it will start to split. The DNA will start to split. So so if we lacking of either one, the cell don't split in a proper way. So we cannot, I don't know how long can we always feel happy all day. How many people can do that? No, okay. How many people can feel energetic all day? No. And how many people can feel arousal, orgasm all day? No. Okay. So it's one thing that we have to understand and practicing it, or we say aware of it. But we have all these things anywhere, anyhow. Okay. All the business in the world are so much based on sex advertising, and that's why you get that already. Okay. But we don't know. But people need it. So they put million, billion, and trillion dollar in advertising to make you feel arousal, orgasm, or sexual desire, so they can get you. But in the Taoist, we said when they try to get you sexual energy and activate your sexual desire, you lose that sexual energy and you don't gain it. So we lose more. So when they get your sexual desire out, that means they get you to empty your pocket because you have to pay. Okay. So we have to understand that how can we use this energy and gain this energy. So this vibration, creating a chemistry, and they can measure in the West, can measure them at the 8 hertz. And so when we feel love, or we feel love and orgasm, the DNA, it cross over and make a new, they embrace together and they make a new, and they give birth to a new cells. Okay. So and they reproduce a new one. If they don't reproduce, eventually they will die. Now, what happens to when we under stress? Okay? What happens when we under angry? What happens when we under hatred? The cells still have to split. So every day our cells are splitting, and cells are dying, and new cells are splitting many billion cells. Many billions. Okay. So so in the way that my emphasis here is that if we bring the cell to the world, to our life, in a not a good condition, okay, like very stressful, very angry, very frustration, you bring the cell out into a bad condition, so you're starting your life in a very bad condition. So actually we say 1 year, we have a whole new cell split. I mean, in a whole new people, okay? So the whole thing is going to go into how we're going to be simple. So now we have so many things, reprogramming ourselves and all this kind of thing. And the way that we can see that, so we can see that if we can learn how to be in touch with love, compassion, or we call energetic. How are you going to get energetic? The simple way to get energetic is when we can feel energetic or arousal, orgasm. So when people look at some kind of very sexy thing, the excitement, and that is the energetic power coming out. And this is what nobody. So that's why when we go to the airport, what the most they're selling, you know that? In the airport, duty free, what they get? Cosmetic, perfume, that right? And what they're doing there? Cosmetic, what are they doing? Sexy, right? Perfume, what they do? They put it on the ear and they say, forget me not. So what they do? Put the ear, put it on the clothes, and they walk by, and when the man smell it, and he cannot forget you. So you have forget me not. So it's sexy, right? And we need it. Nobody don't need it. When we have all kind of clothes, all kind of beautiful clothing, what they do? It's the same thing like the bird. They have a beautiful feather to attract the other female or male. You know? So all these things is in a part of our life. So in the Tao said, we have to look at it, how we can use this energy. Otherwise, we don't have energy. And the way that our life, if we are draining ourselves so much in many different ways, when we don't know how to get ourselves work in a proper way. So today we're going to emphasize on the earth. The first thing that we see, the earth have a magnetic field, and they have a pulsing like the heart pulse. So we have a Schumann resonance, and that's what the 1954 they measure, and they discover that they're 7.83. Actually, they're higher now. So they are very close to the 8 hertz. That's why the music, if a good healing music, is about 8 hertz. But we call it heavy metal music, okay, or the rock and roll music is not 8 hertz. Because it not go along, so you multiply by 8. 8, 16, okay, 24, you go up like this. But in the odd number one, the odd number one will be like the heavy metal music, the drum hitting very fast, and the drum beat is a sick, hard drum beat. So it dum 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 like that. The heart, when you jump like that, when you listen to it, you say, hey, this guy, when a doctor listen to the people heart beat that way, dum 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 like this, they are sick. So that's why the healing music is very important also, because when you get the 8 hertz, okay. Now, when we understand that the earth is one of the very important part of our DNA. So who else not standing on the earth? Hmm? Anybody? Nobody, right? Everybody standing on the earth. And why we don't get this benefit? Because we don't in touch with it. Why? Because we never pay attention to it. Okay. So a lot of practice in the Tao, like Qigong, Tai Chi, simple energy meditation, you need to in touch with the earth. And what else the earth can do? Okay. Now, one thing is that the earth is very unique. Now we left 8 planets, right? We have 9, now we left 8. Okay. So, in the olden time, we think that we have Martians. So, we have any Martian now? No. So, the Mars is not suitable for us to stay. Jupiter, don't think about that. It's too much gas. If we can move up to Jupiter, we can have everybody have 100,000 rides free, because it's 44 times bigger than us, and no water. We're only living on 30% of the land. That is 70% is water. So on Jupiter entirely you have a land. So you can have 100,000 rides free for everybody, but we cannot stay there. Okay. So in our solar system, no any planet can stay. And one thing about our planet is very protected. Very, very protected. Why? If you look at the moon, the closest thing, it looks whole and whole. Why? Because they're being hit by meteor so much, all the time. So they have big hole inside it. We and all the Saturn, Mars have so much heating. But the earth very protected. So that is the first thing that in the Tao believe that the earth is a living part. So they call heartbeat of the earth. Okay. It's like heart is beating. So it's life. And the most important part is this is a living planet, and it can take in energy, and the Mother Earth convert the energy. It's just like pre-digesting. The energy from the cosmos is too raw. So we said, when some people don't understand this, the problem, because I taught this thing around the world 40 years now. And this year we celebration that teaching in Europe and America and the world 30 years. Okay? So we're going to have the big party in the Tao Garden, the people all around the world coming. So I've been dealing with this in 40 years. And one thing I get is people have a lot of, we call Kundalini psychosis. There's too much, we call cosmic indigestions. Why? Because they're taking too much direct cosmic energy. So they get is indigestion because they cannot digest it. And if you don't transform your body to use this energy, you get indigestion and you can blow up in your stomach. But in the energy, they don't blow up the stomach, but they blow up the head. Where the energy jam up in the head. So the earth have so much power that taking in the energy from outside and convert to the energy and give us the health. So for many thousand years, Taoists in China discovered that Mother Earth give us, this is the secret of Chinese, give us health, give us wealth, give us longevity. Okay? So it's very important in the Taoist practice. You have healthy, you have enough money, and you can live long enough to spend your money. It's very important. Huh? Otherwise, we make a lot of money, and we get sick, and who spend them? Huh? Doctors spend them for you. Okay? And that is not a very good way. Huh? People, You know, the biggest business in Bangkok, you know, what business, you know? Hospital. Everywhere, every corner you go there, you see hospital. Why? Because the life that we live now is making so much sickness. Pollution that we build bringing so much sickness. So the best business is hospital because everybody has to get sick. So the earth has tremendous power that taking the energy from all over the cosmos and transform it to the energy that we can support life. That is amazing why we have 6.3 billion people now. That is more than anything in the world. Okay? And humans are dominated by everything. And humans become the most dangerous animal. Anyhow, also. We can kill anything. So there's no more tiger or no more shark going to be the dangerous thing. So we're talking about the galaxy, and we are here. So our Milky Way, we are here. And so here we are, the solar system. And the Taoism also we're talking about the polarities. So one thing that very simple, there are about 400 billion galaxy multiplied by 200 billion stars. So this is about, so it's the 160 trillion stars in the space. So we know that the space affecting us, the star affecting us, but there are trillions of stars. How are you going to be working with one or what? And for 1,000 years, they discovered that number one, very simple. Our Earth, the one that will deal with it. Our moon, right? Moon affecting us? Yes or no? Moon affecting the water. How many percent of water in the world? 70%. How many water we have in the body? 70% or 80% sometimes. So if the moon affecting the high tide and low tide, how our body water compared to the sea? No comparison, right? So the moon affecting the water in us and affecting our mood and also affecting the menstruation in women, affecting the marine life, laying eggs, the flower blossoming. But the moon is so tiny, so little. Compared to any object in the space, it's very tiny. But just this alone have a tremendous affecting us. And the one that we today, there are many other things to talk about, but today we're only going to talk about a North Star. Okay? And we know the North Star are pulling us. And it's incredible because the North Star and us is from here, you know, the sun to us, the light from the sun, the light is the fastest thing that we can measure now. Okay, so we measure the light. So the sunlight from the sun to us take 9 minutes. But the North Star light to Earth take 450 years, light years to be here. Quite far away, but we know that it's affecting us. So the North Star Southern Cross affecting us. That is another. That's why if you get lost in the jungle, you get lost in the sea. If you know North Star, you don't get lost. Okay. In the olden time, they don't have it. They go to the sea, they're afraid of it. They get lost. Not until they find out the North Star and the compass, and they can move. So So in the Tao say, hey, these are, so they say like all these big stars, many times bigger than the North Star, but it's nothing involved with us. Why you have to be bothered with them? Okay. So they find out for 1,000 years what infecting with us. So the whole procedure we have go up higher, but we're not going to talk about that because we have very short time. So all we're going to do now is that the earth. Okay. Now the earth is going to be involved with when we're going to be about understand something is we're going to involve with the soul and the spirit. Because in the Tao way, we emphasize that we're born with soul and the spirit. This is the highest thing. So in Tao said when a soul come to us, a spirit come to us, they have to take a chance. And actually they are taking everybody, all the soul and spirit, they have to draw a lotto in order to come here. If they get the lottery, the full prize, they come, they manifest on the body. Because when the soul come to us, they're in an infant, it's a baby form. Okay? And the only one way they can advance themselves or progress themselves is take a physical and use the physical to producing energy to feed the soul and the spirit, and they can grow. Otherwise, they will remain like a child. So when people come to this life and don't know that you have it's so hard for you to come in to take you have to draw a lottery in order to take a body. So everyone is take a chance to come here. But when people don't understand the cultivation themselves, so in the Tao theory is that Qi or energy, a refined energy, is the food of the soul and the spirit. So when people come here, they don't know the purpose of life. They drink, they drunk, sex like crazy. So when the end of their life, they finish. So the soul and the spirit remain like a baby. And they lost their chance this world. Okay. So that's why in the Tao said, every organ has certain soul or certain spirit and a certain function. And the most important part, every organ and the soul hold a special responsible as certain emotional. Okay? So the heart houses the original spirit. So this is very important about the Tao, the heart. So everybody have a heart. And inside that you have an original spirit. And once you in touch with the original spirit, you in touch with the supreme creator. Or we say God, that's it. So in the olden time we don't know it. So we need priests to talk to God. We call a translator, is that right? So because we cannot speak the language of God, so we need some people to translate for us. So the priest is the very privileged because they can talk the language of God. We don't know if they really talk that or not, we don't know. Okay? But anyhow, it's a translator, whatever they want to translate, you have to accept it. So once you understand, how to connecting with your original spirit, you can directly connecting to God, the divine. That is the most important part in the Tao. But if your heart not activate, you cannot directly talk to God. So you need to see priests. You need to see all the other media to talk to God. Okay? The theme that we want to do today is that organ producing negative and positive emotional. Okay? So no matter what we do, it's producing negative and positive. So the whole thing in the Tao ways is look at yin yang. Negative, positive, pH balance. Okay. pH balance, what is pH balance? Mean acid and alkaline what? Balance. Yes. Yes or no? Yes? Or it should be very alkaline. Is that pH balance? No. Or very acid. Is that pH balance? No. So in the Taoist, if you understand this, you understand a lot. So everything in our life have to have pH balance. Like in the Tao garden, how we saw, the first thing we check the saliva. Because if the people very stressed, the saliva pH is what? Very acid. That's all. Simple. You are too stressed. Now you know what to do. Because you are too stressed. So we find some way to get you down. So if they learn how to smile and make the saliva sweet, immediately when you smile, relax, and you taste your saliva is sweet. So what happened? What you are pH what? You are more balanced. Okay? So that is one thing. Now, how about the blood? Okay? The blood. Is that we need to have a pH or not? Yes or no? Yes. If your blood are too high, too low on the acid part, what are you going to get? Very stressful, very emotional, and you're going to get a lot of sickness, especially joint problem. The rheumatoid problem. All the joint you eaten by the acid. And this all come from emotional. Emotional creating sickness. Okay. And we are looking for many other things, but we don't go to where the major creating our sickness. And so one thing that we're going to start very simple, liver. Liver in the Tao is that it store the soul, store the hun soul. And it also store angry, jealousy, envy, frustration, stress. Who don't get that? Who don't have that? Anybody? Don't have that? Nobody don't have that. We are human, okay? We are human, so you have to have it. So in the Tao said, nothing wrong. If you can keep them in a pH balance, it's okay, right? Nothing wrong with getting angry. What? It's not sin. So in the Tao way, we don't talk about sin, but we talk about balance. If you can find a balance, it's okay. You get, I don't like you, so what? But if I don't like you, and more I don't like you, and one day I get a gun and shoot you, and that is extreme. Okay? But it all comes from I get angry, more angry, more angry, more and more angry, and boom, I explode. Finish. That's it. And that's what we are building a terrible weapon out of anger and hatred.